What's up guys, Jivan back with another video. If you saw the video on my main channel where I 1v1'd Oliver, you probably heard at the start that we actually did 2 takes of the video because the first take I recorded with no audio. Today we're going to be checking out that gameplay that I didn't use in the main channel video, and I'm going to be talking over the entire fight, just breaking down what's going through my mind. Take a guess down below what you think the score was, and without further ado, let's hop into it. So at this point in the fight I'm at a really big disadvantage health-wise, so I'm going for the safest peeks. Notice how right here when I go to take this peek, I make myself do it sideways. I swear when taking peeks from above like that, doing it sideways helps out so much. It makes it almost feel like you're doing a window peek. Later on in the fight, Oliver gets this high wall on me, so I figure he's going to edit through that high wall and try to piece me. So when I get out of there in time, I set up a double edit from above to try to take a peek on him. That could be a really smart move, it would get a lot of people. At the end of the fight, I got this triple edit on him, but I didn't have any ammo. Lucky for me, he just edited on me. The score is now 1-0. Pretty much when 2 good players are 1v1ing each other, it's just about setting up as many traps as possible for the enemy at a fast rate and a consistent rate while protecting your angles. This sequence of events is a great example of that. First, I get this cone in front of his wall. I flip that cone up, edit out the side, and set up a peek. If he would have edited through and piece controlled me, I would have had a good free shot on him. Then after, when I mantle up here, I go for a shot on his side, but because he was blocking his angles so well, it just didn't hit. But you can see what I'm talking about. It's really just about setting up as many traps as possible consistently, and whoever messes up first is gonna take some damage. Sometimes, like in this example though, you will get pieced up, and if you just hit your shots, you can still win it. Literally, a 1v1 is about consistency in all areas of your mechanics, but also having a great understanding of piece control and counter piece control. If you can get to the point where you know how to defend against every single piece control play, you'll notice that the fights start to become like this. You know, it's just constant setting up traps, but the traps don't work because the other player knows how to defend against it. It's just constant back and forth, which is what makes it so fun. We both took a lot of damage right at the start of this fight, and for both of us, it was just slipping up on our piece control, slipping up on our retakes. We both left an angle open, and that's why we took damage. I'm just trying to get it in your head, like what it actually is to fight a good player, like what it actually takes. The main thing is consistency and craftiness. And then the last thing is awareness and being aware of what kind of plays your enemy is about to make. Like right here, for example, this is the end of the 3rd round. I do a high wall, Oliver's on a ramp. When I see him flip the ramp, that means that he's going for a shot most likely. So when I go for that side jump there, I should have placed a wall and landed on a ramp, gone over top and gotten a double edit from above, and then I probably would have had the kill there. 2-1, it's 1st to 7. The next round is pretty quick. You can see that this round I'm playing like super heavy on the offensive side of things and just trying to find little holes in his retakes and little breaks where he's visible and I can get some piece control on him or some shots. I do that against Ken Beans all the time and he gets so mad when I do that. But I actually end this round with one of the best clips of the entire day. I started off by doing one of the retakes that I've actually put in a couple retake tutorials in the past. That Thwifo cone into the cone flip type thing. Once I get on his lair and he's against my wall, I get him with the pre-fire bait and then the full piece. If we look at it in slow motion, this is what the retake looks like to start. Thwifo cone, land on the ramp, cone flip, and then we're on his lair with the wall in front of him. I edit the wall, reset it last second, bait him to take a shot so then I can pre-fire his shot, and then I go for the full piece out the side. This next fight is a good example of when you need to actually realize that you need to take a 50-50. Like there's no other options. You can see right here, he gets a double edit on me and I'm right in the middle of my ramp. At this point, I have 2 options. I can try to counter piece control, claim a wall to my side and get out, or I can take the shots and try to 50-50 it. If I would have tried to immediately escape out the side, I would have absolutely gotten my health destroyed, but instead I traded and won the trade and now I have a health advantage. The reason I had to go for that is because I was in the center of my ramp and couldn't get out to the side fast enough. A lot of times I do try to avoid it. At the end of this fight, I just went for some bad piece. I had an awkward angle to try to get that wall, so obviously he's gonna get it before me. That was just simply bad decision making. So to start this fight, I do get a nice shot on him, but I thought I claimed the wall. Instead of trying to claim that wall right in front of him, I should have backed up a box and blocked his shot from a box away. It would have been the much safer option. The end of this fight was just me waiting for him to leave an angle open as I follow him while he's doing his retake. Okay, so for most of these other rounds, I feel like I had some pretty good stuff for you guys, you know, some pretty good tips and whatnot, but just wait till you see this round, bro. I still just cannot fathom what happened here. We're just not going to talk about it. On to the next round. To start it off, I can choose whether or not to 50-50 him at this point here. I choose to do it just because I'm up by so much anyway, and I won the trade by a lot. So now the fight is in my hands, and I just get on high ground and do that thing where I follow him around and just look for opportunities to either piece control him or get some quick shots. And you can see that I get a double edit over top of him at the end here and just have like the safest peek possible. So after that, we are just one round away from winning it. At the start of this round, I was trying to get a little bit too fancy. I swear sometimes I'll just be triple editing for no reason and I lose sight of where I'm actually headed. And so I headed straight into his piece control and got a health disadvantage to start this fight. So right here is a good thing to note because this situation pops up all the time. Notice how I accidentally run into Oliver's double edit here. What I do in this situation is I keep my gun aimed at him while slowly backing away towards the exit. If he makes an edit, I can shoot him. If not, I can escape. At the end of the fight here, I was going for like an absolute full edit course, full piece clip. I've been working on my mechanics, man. The way I've been doing it is just hopping into 1v1 matchmaking. Like, I may not be fighting the best players, but I literally just full edit course the whole time until my fingers cramp. And it's been helping speed up my mechanics a lot. But I end it with just a sneaky side jump shot from behind. So like I said before, this was the first 1v1 and we actually did a retake because there was no audio in this recording. I managed to beat him 7-2 in the first one, and if you haven't seen the second video, feel free to check that out on my main channel. I'm gonna break down a couple of the really nice outplays here though. Most of these were Martaz peaks. I kept hitting him with it. Anytime I see a wall above my floor, like in this situation, I just place a ramp over my floor, and if he edits it, I have a peak set up. In this next scenario, it's a very similar thing. I see that he's on a ramp and he's probably gonna flip it. So I back up, place a floor over my head and a ramp over top of it, and then boom, I have another Martaz peak set up. So you see, he has that ramp and I make it seem like he has the play on me, but I'm really just leading him into this Martaz peak. In this next fight, I got a big health advantage at the jump here. We were in a 50-50, but he missed his shot, I hit mine. So at this point, I'm just looking for any chance to get in his face and do a trade. Because he can't kill me in one shot, I'm just looking to close it out. So right here, we're on the same layer. I'm looking at where he's going and trying to stay one step ahead of him. All I had to do was get that one wall, and then I was able to open up and finish the fight. Here's another example of a Martaz peak. In this one though, he places the ramp and I'm letting him think that he has a double edit opportunity on me. Really, all you need is that floor above you, and then you can just edit the back tile, and a lot of times they'll set up the peak for you, like in this situation. So many times in fights, all you gotta do is really be aware of where the enemy is. In this situation, I'm just following his builds like I was talking about in earlier fights. I'm telling you, tracking the opponent is the biggest skill to have in a 1v1. Once you get to the point where you can read your enemy like a book, that is when you'll start winning more fights. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.